It was just great to see Oprah and Bruce Springsteen, De Niro losing their mind. Didn't make any difference because even the Amish people, they never vote. They're like, no, this time we're voting. Let's get the horse. Come on, we're going there. Hey, Oprah, you. We're going to vote for the first time ever. That's it. Replacing Joe Biden with Kamala Harris is like changing your shirt because you shit your pants. You didn't fix anything. I still can smell you.
Things have gone off the rails when even the Amish have had enough. So what pushed one of America's most peaceful communities into such an unusual backlash? Pretty simple. They voted to defend their freedom and way of life after the Biden FDA started cracking down on them. Reports say families in Lancaster County, Pennsylvania were repeatedly raided by FDA agents looking for raw milk products. One of the biggest farm shops in the region was even hit, with investigators seizing thousands of dollars worth of raw milk, homemade goods, and even granola. The Amish didn't show up to vote for politics. They showed up for principle. And let's just say Rob can already smell the scent of liberal outrage drifting through the air after their meltdown over Doge.
Elon Musk, I have this to say to you on behalf of the American people. Thank you. Thank you so much. It's been incredible. We really appreciate it. Keep going. You can do it.
He turned it into a meme, and it went viral in seconds. Even after weeks of Doge shining a light on waste, corruption, and plain incompetence, the left still can't cope. You'd think people who preach government accountability would welcome someone exposing how taxpayer money is being burned. Apparently not. Because if there's really nothing to hide, why the meltdown? The numbers speak for themselves. Billions of taxpayer dollars funneled into programs, bloated with inefficiency and guarded by a bureaucracy that refuses to fix its own mess.
So nobody voted for Kamala. They just said, okay, they did this in 2016. Bernie Sanders, he was the guy who got all the votes in the primary. Like, we just give it to Hillary. In 2020, just everybody drop out, just give it to Biden. And this year, it's like, everybody figured it out. His brain doesn't work. Let's just. Here's what you have. You have somebody that nobody voted for, and you got somebody that tried to murder 2 times. Which one's probably the hold of democracy?
At this point, it almost feels like they don't want the public to realize just how broken the system is, because that would mean facing real accountability. Rob even called out Democrats for their less than democratic approach to choosing presidential nominees. And honestly, he nailed it. It's pretty obvious. The left still doesn't see an issue with parachuting in establishment-proved candidates while sidelining anyone they can't fully control. They've pulled the same stunt for 3 elections straight, and every time...
Do you face some bias when you're speaking, or do you believe some of the stuff that you're actually saying? Because I know you have good quotes and stuff, but I just feel like when you're in a sea full of MAGA hats and stuff, is it not hard to speak against that? Would you actually believe everything that you're saying in a way?
Yes, I do believe everything you're saying. Yeah, I think that's a bad faith question. I do, because your assumption is that we are insincere in our beliefs, but we're here. The only benefit that we have here to come here today is to talk to people like yourself, because we love our country. And we really, really want to make sure that there are things that are happening now that we feel are potentially fundamentally disrupting what has been so great about this greatest experiment in human history, which is this unfettered free speech that the woman that you're supporting, Kamala Harris, and her running mate Walls paper, said that the free speech, they describe it as a privilege. Now this is either they're constitutionally ignorant or
they pretend it's business as usual. Instead of letting voters decide, they engineer the process to guarantee their pick gets the nomination. But this time, more Americans saw through the act and voted for plain common sense instead. And Duppy. Why do you appreciate independent voices calling out corruption on both sides? Hit like and subscribe, because Rob isn't just cracking jokes anymore. He's teaming up with Charlie Kirk, hitting college campuses, and exposing the truths they don't want students hearing.
No, but let me tell you, Kamala, she does different accents, depending on where she is, down south. Let me tell you something. You boys better get it together here and vote. Save democracy. Black community's like, shit, let me tell you something, honey. Let me tell you right now, we ain't vote for Trump, I even saw her at a 7-Eleven going like, listen, it's very important that we vote for the Democrats. We're trying to save democracy here. We're trying to save democracy. For sure, you don't understand. You need to vote. You need to vote.
And that's exactly the point. Let me be blunt. If Kamala Harris and her running mate, Tim Walz, had won, we'd be having a very different conversation right now. Critics argue that Walz's first moves would have included theatrics, like blasting people over something as harmless as saying, "Merry Christmas," and questioning America's core commitment to free speech. As if he should be the one deciding what citizens are allowed to say. That's the kind of posture voters recognize as edging toward authoritarianism. People rejected the idea that politicians can police.
You are born in America, you have the right to. It isn't the nice stuff that needs protecting, it's the stuff that everybody disagrees with. And it's the stuff that maybe is not nice, but that needs to be protecting too, because if someone's going to decide what free speech that you say, what I say, if it's going to be the government, they're always going to do what's best for the government. So we need to protect all speech. And I'm going to protect your right to free speech. I'm going to protect your any way that you want from the highest mountain, always.
Speech based on their own preferences. It's not just misguided, it's dangerous. On a lighter note, Rob pointed out something absolutely hilarious about Kamala's speeches that most people never noticed. And the way he delivers it, pure gold. If Rob had made that joke in the UK or Germany, he'd probably be telling it from behind bars. But this isn't just about accents. Critics say Kamala Harris practically reinvented herself overnight, trying to present a totally new version of who she is. One day, she's against fracking. The next, she's suddenly for it. She spent years embracing looser border policies, then, out of nowhere, claimed to be concerned about illegal immigration. And her newfound enthusiasm for cutting taxes on tips. Let's just say the inspiration seemed familiar. It's the classic political playbook. Say whatever people want to hear, in the moment. Especially when votes are on the line. And to wrap things up, here's part 2 of Rob's response to that student.